Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will discuss about the three Python related questions which was asked in for a data engineering interview question. One is we can compare the string and create the final output string over here. Second one is merge an array and sort it. And third one is get the distinct character from the given string. If you want to try it, you can pause the video and can try to solve the question. Let's first understand the question number one. This was asked in EPAM, one of the most important question for the Python. Let's see. We are given the two strings, string 1 and string 2, and we have to create a final string where each character from the string 1 is replaced by corresponding character from the string 2. Mapping rules will be each character from string 1 is mapped to the character from the string 2 at the same index. We'll understand it visually. But if the character from string 1 is already mapped to the character string 2, we will not change the mapping. Let's take this in the whiteboard. Problem statement. Move this problem statement to here. Let's take this to string. Let's understand. Each character from string 1 is mapped to the string 2 from the at the same index. But if the character of string 1 is already mapped, our character 2 will not be changed. So basically, B is going to map with the P, A will be mapping with Y, N is going to map with T, again is present in the string 1. But sequentially, we have already mapped A with Y. So here A will not be mapped with H, N. Again, N is already mapped with T, so we will not map with O. Again, A is already mapped with the Y, so we will not map with the N. So how the output will be? B is going to map with P, A will map with Y, and N will map with T. So this is how it's going to be. And we want the final output. How the final output will look like? P, A is mapping with Y, so it's going to be Y, N is mapping with T. Now A is mapping with Y, N is mapping with T. Again A is mapping with Y. So this is going to be our final output. Let's see how to get this. Now what we will do, we will first declare the mapping dictionary for it, and on top of that we'll also declare the final output as a list. Here what we will do, we'll use s1 comma s2 in zip str1 comma str2. Now we are using the zip one. Let's first print the output of s1 comma s2. How the zip will look like. See, the zip, what the zip function do in the Python, it will compare the true string and map with according to the index. Here you can see B is going to map with Y, A is going to map with N is going to, A is going to, but we don't want in this way. So what we want, if there is anything already mapped with it, we do not want that one. So that's why we have declared the mapping dictionary over here. Now in this video, what we can do is we'll check if S1 not in mapping. Okay, so we'll check if it is not in mapping, then what we can do, mapping S1 into S2. So what we are doing, we are just putting up S1 into mapping. Let's print this. how the mapping will look like. Now we'll just comment out this one. See, we are getting what we have expected over here. We are getting this one, dictionary. Now, but we do not want this one. We want an output in this particular format. So now for that one, what we can do, for that one we have used a final output. So after, if there is a mapping present, what we can do, final output dot append, we'll just append it. So basically what we are doing, we are going to append the s1 value of that one in the final output. Now let's see how the final output will look. So we are getting py, ty, y, ty. So basically whatever the output we are getting the expected one. But we want an output as a string, not as a list. So for that one, what we can do, we can write down one more sentence and we can use a join. And this is here is there. Yeah. So we can use an output and we'll get this one. In the zip one, we can also consider how the zip one will look. If there is anything extra in the string 1 or string 2, it will only consider the previous, like smallest string, not the longest string. So this is how you can solve this question. Second question is sort an array and merge. This is a pretty much simple question. We have to merge two array and use the and sort it in the order. So pretty much simple. We can use the same array over here. Is equal to sorted. We can use arr1 plus arr2. And we can print the array. Here you can see array. We are merging two arrays and in the sorted. Third question. This question was asked in IMPETUS. First round of IMPETUS. I gave an interview. I cleared that interview. And the question was, get the distinct character from the given string. So let's understand what exactly that means. Get the distinct character. D is a distinct one which is already present. A is there. We can consider T is there. A is already present, so we will not consider. E is already there. E will consider. N we will consider. G we will consider. I we can consider it is not present in there. N is already present, so will not. E already present. R we can consider. I and G, these are the thing. So basically we want this 8 character string as an output. So let's see how we can do it. There are the two ways. One simple way is what we can do. We can just use set this. Why set? Set is used. Set actually keeps a distinct data, distinct string of that one. If there is any duplicacy, we'll just neglect. So this is a pretty much simple. And here on top of that, if we do not want this white space character, what we can do, we can just subtract the white space. We are getting these 8 characters. But for me, they have specifically mentioned that do not use a set. So basically they want me to understand, they try to get into the logic and how we are going to do it. So what I have done, I have just uh, mentioned the empty string for that one as if I not in L. What we can do, we can just and we can print L. So we have done all three questions. Thank you. Thank you for watching the videos. Till now, if you have solved all these questions, you are one step closer to clearing the data engineering interview. I'm coming up with a few more questions which was actually asked in the interview question, like in EY, Deloitte, GSPAM, EPAM, Publisher CP and Infosys Accenture. I've cleared all these interviews, so let's discuss all these questions. I'll also coming up with the PySpark coding questions. So do support me. Please like, share, subscribe. If you have anything, I have dropped on my email in description. Please contact or drop a comment. I'll try to reply. I will reply to your comments and you can solve the question. Let's grow together. Thank you.